Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sherelle, here with Lovely Notary. Thank you for checking in today, but y'all, I had a signing to do. And it took me so many hours to be done with this one signing. Like, it really was it was trying me. That signing was really trying me that day, but I got it done. I did everything I needed to do. And that's all I know. But y'all, stay tuned because this was bad. This was bad. It was crazy. Okay, so here we go. So I got the email notification about it. I clicked yes that I could take it. I knew that it was a little bit of a travel time, like 25 minutes. I was okay with that. I wasn't tripping. I was going to do it. And I didn't know that there were over 200 pages to print. So I had over 200 pages to print and to tab every page that needed to be signed, dated, initialed. I hope, thank God the printing process went just fine. But to have to print 200 pages, you have to kind of monitor and babysit it because you never know if your printer might get jammed on accident or anything like that. But that was a smooth process. That was perfectly fine. And even the drive, I wasn't tripping. But once I got to thinking about it, I was like, hold up, wait a second. I need to, hold on, let's look at this one more time. So when I thought about it, I was like, I'm driving 25 minutes one way. I'm printing over 200 pages and you're only going to pay me 100? So I was like, you know what? We do have the option to, ask back what we want. So I was like, I explained to them like, hi, I do signings or whatever all the time, but this is over 200 pages. I'm traveling 25 minutes one way. And, I was only given like a 2-hour, time frame to get this stuff done and ready to go. So I just asked if they could give me 125 and they actually gave it to me, which was the only good thing about this entire horror story was that I got compensated more, but definitely not enough for all of my time. Let me tell you, all of my time that I spent on this signing. So I am on my way and I'm headed there. I show up. I think I'm like almost 10 minutes early. So, I got there and I'm going through my little bag and all I have is my purse. So I'm thinking I'm missing something. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't even bring my work bag. I had the documents and I don't know why I had the documents, and didn't realize I didn't have my bag, but my bag has my pens in it. It has all of my stuff that I need for my signing, right? So I'm like, oh shoot. Okay. So I went ahead and went in and we did the signing, but I didn't know exactly what I was walking into. Okay, so we go in, I let them know like I am extremely sorry. This never happens, but I don't have my bag with my pens. I don't know how this happened, but they magically had 2 blue ink pens and I was so grateful for that. But the borrower himself, it was a husband and wife. He was so picky, you guys. Like, I should have known because he was kind of acting like anxious and like he didn't want to sit down to sign. Like he was just kind of questioning everything. And I couldn't see his face because he had a mask on. But he's doing things like this and he's talking with his wife and questioning things. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be here all day. You guys, this appointment was supposed to be, because of how many pages I told them, 1.5 hours at the most. I was there for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, y'all. So you're probably wondering like, why would it take 2.5 hours for somebody to sign their name? Because sometimes you have those borrowers who are very meticulous, who want to read. They call them readers, the people who want to read every line on every page. And you can't rush. You can't be rude and be like, hey, I got another signing coming. You can't do that. You have to give them time to look at their paperwork. But this guy was like questioning beyond questioning. As a notary, you can kind of point them in the direction, but you don't have to explain anything because this is stuff that they should already be previously aware of. I'm just presenting to you what you've already agreed to, basically, and now you're signing to that. But honey boo boo child, that was not the case. This guy was not having it that day. So I explained to them how everything's going to go. It's going to be a rotation. I hand to you, you hand to her, boom, in order, right? Yeah. No, that didn't happen. For one, he refused to sign 3 different documents because none of the papers were right. He stopped and made, I think, 3 to 4 phone calls and sent 2 emails because I was like, look, if you're not going to agree to what's on this document or any of it, or if you feel uncomfortable, we can always come back and you can speak with your lenders and y'all can figure it out and we'll be back to sign. No. He was like, no. We'll keep signing. And we'll wait on these people to respond on this sheet. So now I'm getting my papers slightly out of order. So we had, I think those documents he didn't want to sign. I had all of those kind of stuck out, but had my packets in order. As soon as I go to sign and notarize my stuff, I look up and he done grabbed part of a pile of papers and grabbed it and started looking at it, going through the pages. And I'm like, sir. And he's like, well, I wanted to look at that document one more time just to verify since I sent the email out to these people. And I'm like, I'm going crazy now because now you got my papers out of order. Now I got to figure this shit out. Excuse me. I got to figure this out when I'm done with you signing this stuff. I have to go back and put all this back in order to send back to the lender and do my part. So you making my job hard now. So the lender had responded back to him. He got back to him and he was like, don't worry about those numbers. Those were numbers we agreed to prior to the changes that we made after the paper was printed, right? And I told him that I'm like, most likely if you pay over right now, they're going to give you whatever back that they owe you if you've paid over. And he wouldn't believe me. And that's why he had to call and have the lender tell him the same exact thing. But he still was uneasy about it. He wasn't sure. And I'm like, sir, we can stop this signing now. If all of these documents are stating the same numbers that you don't agree to, then let's stop. He did not want to stop, y'all. He did not want to stop. And he refused to sign 3 documents still. So I was like, oh my God. Okay, so of all the signings that I've ever done, I have never been instructed to leave a copy of this packet, right? And as we're going through, I noticed that there are copies of some things. I know there are a few things I do give them copies of, but there were just random extra pages that I feel like maybe the lender messed up on when giving me what to print out for them to sign. And he insisted. He was like, no, you have to leave me a packet here. I have to have these documents. And I'm like, sir, I've never done that before. I'm not instructed to do that. I'm not going to do that. And he was like, can you call and find out? I was like, yeah, I'll call later. He's like, no, can you call now? This fool had me call. And do you know I didn't even get an answer? I called like 5 times in a row. And by this point, I was done. I mean, stick a fork in me. I was done, bro. I was done. So I never heard anything back, which whatever, and it didn't even matter because he still, like I said, he didn't sign like 3 or 4 documents. And he just left it like, oh, well. And I'm just like, well, shit, oh, well, this is your house. You trying to finance your house. I'm just here to do my job. But he just kept throwing it on me. And I think what I did was I lost control. I should have just, when I first told him and gave him the opportunity not to sign and be done, I should have said, let's cancel this. I should have just put it out there like, we'll come back. Let's cancel this because it doesn't seem like your numbers are lining up with their numbers. I should have just canceled it. That's what I should have done. And what did I do? Trying to be nice. I'm sitting around wasting my damn time. Oh, and also it was trash day and their house was on like a cul-de-sac. So I was kind of just parked like on a round curb, and it was a trash right there. And we had to stop the signing so I could get up and go move my car because I was too close to the trash can or some crap. It was just so many like stupid interruptions, especially on his end, like calling, emailing, wanting to stop and read. He got my papers out of order, y'all. Like that is like the ultimate, like, bruh, you going too far now. You touching my papers, bruh, after they've been already put in order. Like that is what made my process take so long to be done with. It was because he put my papers out of order. So because my papers are out of order, I cannot take these papers and take them to FedEx. Because first of all, I need to scan them all back. Oh, we got to scan back 216 pages, y'all. And so I forgot the last time I did the signing that I said, Sherelle, you're going to get a new printer because I have an app on my phone that I use to scan because it's just too much to do it on my printer, right? And I did this, scanning my papers 200 something times, y'all. I scanned it all. Then I had to put it all in order. Then I had to remove the tabs. I had to remove the tabs before I scanned it. So I had to go and remove each tab. Then I had to go back on the email and put it in order, exactly the way they sent it to me. Then I had to scan it. Then I had to send it back. So y'all heard how fast I gave that scenario of I had to remove the sticky tabs. Then I had to go back and scan those pages. Then I had to take all of those pages and convert them to a file to send to. That don't take 10 minutes. That don't take an hour. When you have 200 pages you're dealing with, that takes hours. Then I had to make sure I made it to FedEx because I wanted to do my job to the best of my ability. And I said, I'm going to make it to FedEx because I could have held it. But it was a holiday weekend. It was Easter. So I was like, you know what, Sherelle, get your job done. Do your job, right? Yeah, I didn't get to FedEx till like 7:30 that night. And my appointment was at 2. I worked on that stuff and I took 30-minute lunch. I'm sorry, I had to. I was hungry. But oh my God, y'all, I ain't never worked that long on a signing before, like ever. I guess, all in all, I guess I can say the lesson I learned from this hideous signing from hell is, girl, take control. Take control of the appointment. And I say that in my videos, and I'm usually good at it. I usually deal with normal people, y'all. They're not really big readers. I can just kind of hand them and give them a brief. This is this form. This is what this means. Boom. No, this guy wasn't having it. But I should have stayed in control, and I should not have suggested to stop the notary signing. I should have said, we're going to stop. Because when you say it that way, that means they don't have an option. We're going to stop. You're not agreeing. That's what I should have done. But, it's all good. Lesson learned. And I'm still going to get paid. All right, y'all. Well, that is the end of my video. Hopefully, you got to laugh a little bit in there. All right, y'all. Well, that is the end of my video. Hopefully, you got to laugh a little bit in there.